In the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers cradled the cradle of civilization, lived a girl named Leora. She was no ordinary girl. At 16, Leora was known in her village for her insatiable curiosity and her peculiar dreams, visions of towering structures of glass and steel, strange machines that roared without horses, and people wearing clothes that shimmered under lights brighter than the sun. The elders dismissed her tales as fanciful, but Leora felt a pull, a destiny she couldn't explain. One starry night, while exploring the ruins of an ancient ziggurat, Leora stumbled upon a hidden chamber. Dust swirled as she brushed her fingers across a strange, glowing amulet embedded in the stone. The moment she touched it, the world spun. Colors blurred, time folded, and Leora was yanked through a vortex of light and sound. When the chaos settled, she stood in a place that was both alien and familiar, New York City, 2025. The streets buzzed with life. Towering skyscrapers loomed overhead, their glass facades reflecting a kaleidoscope of neon lights. People rushed past, their faces buried in glowing devices. Cars honked, drones whirred above, and the air thrummed with a strange energy. Leora, dressed in her simple linen tunic, stood frozen, her heart pounding. She clutched the amulet, now warm against her skin, its faint glow pulsing like a heartbeat. Her first encounter was with a street vendor named Sam, who noticed her wide-eyed confusion. "You lost, kid?" he asked, flipping a burger on his grill. Leora, struggling with the unfamiliar language, gestured helplessly. Sam, sensing her distress, handed her a burger and a soda, free of charge. The taste was unlike anything she'd known, spices and sweetness exploded on her tongue, and the fizzy drink tickled her nose. She smiled, and Sam chuckled, thinking she was just another quirky tourist. But Leora's journey was far from simple. The amulet, she soon realized, was no ordinary trinket. It was a key, a relic crafted by an ancient sect of time weavers who guarded the threads of history. It had chosen her, but why? As days turned into weeks, Leora adapted to the modern world, learning its language from overheard conversations and late-night YouTube tutorials she watched on a discarded phone she found in an alley. The device fascinated her, moving pictures, voices from across the globe, and endless knowledge at her fingertips. She marveled at how the modern world seemed to worship these tiny glowing screens. Yet, danger lurked. The amulet's glow attracted unwanted attention. A shadowy organization, known only as Kronos, had been tracking temporal disturbances for decades. They believed the amulet could control time itself, and they wanted it. Leora's first brush with them came in a crowded subway station. A man in a sleek black suit, his eyes hidden behind dark glasses, grabbed her wrist. "Give it to me," he hissed. Instinct kicked in. Leora twisted free, her years of climbing ziggurats making her nimble. She fled through the labyrinth of tunnels, the amulet pulsing wildly, guiding her to safety. Hiding in Central Park, Leora met Aisha, a tech-savvy college student who became her unlikely ally. Aisha, a history nerd with a knack for hacking, was fascinated by Leora's story. "You're telling me you're from, like, 3000 BCE? That's wild," she said, her eyes gleaming. Together, they uncovered fragments of the amulet's history through ancient texts Aisha found in online archives. The amulet, it seemed, was one of 3 keys created to balance time's flow. If misused, it could unravel history itself. As Leora and Aisha dug deeper, Kronos closed in. The organization's leader, a cold, calculating woman named Dr. Vera, believed Leora's amulet was the key to rewriting history for their gain. They tracked her through the city's surveillance systems, their agents always a step behind. Leora, guided by the amulet's whispers, began to unlock its powers. She could glimpse moments of the past, her village, her family, the ziggurat, but also fragments of the future, a world in chaos if Kronos succeeded. The duo's journey took them from New York to London, where Aisha's professor, Dr. Patel, an expert in ancient artifacts, revealed more about the amulet. "It's not just a key," he said, his voice trembling. "It's a tether. It binds you to time's fabric. You're its guardian now." Leora felt the weight of her destiny, but also fear. Could she, a girl from a forgotten era, protect something so vast? In London, Kronos ambushed them. A high-stakes chase through the British Museum ended with Leora activating the amulet's full power. Time slowed around her, and she saw the threads of history, golden strands weaving through every person, place, and moment. She understood, she wasn't just a traveler, she was a weaver, meant to mend time's tears. With Aisha's help, she escaped, but not before Kronos stole a fragment of the amulet's core. The stakes were higher now. Leora and Aisha traveled to Tokyo, following clues to the second key's location. Japan's neon-lit streets and ancient temples felt like a bridge between Leora's past and present. Here, they met Kaito, a hacker with a mysterious past, who joined their cause. Together, they uncovered the second key in a hidden shrine, but Kronos was relentless. A climactic battle atop a Tokyo skyscraper saw Leora wield the amulet's power to freeze time, saving her friends but draining her strength. Exhausted, Leora began to question her purpose. She missed her family, her simple life under the Mesopotamian stars. Aisha, sensing her friend's doubt, reminded her, "You're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for every moment that ever was or will be." Reinvigorated, Leora resolved to find the third key, rumored to be in the deserts of Egypt. In Cairo, amidst the ancient pyramids, Leora faced Dr. Vera in a final showdown. The amulet's power surged, revealing its true purpose, not to control time, but to protect its balance. Leora wove the threads of history, sealing a rift Kronos had opened. Dr. Vera, consumed by her own ambition, was lost to the void of time. The amulet, its task complete, grew dim. Leora now faced a choice: stay in the modern world or return to her own time. Aisha and Kaito urged her to stay, but Leora's heart belonged to her village. With a tearful goodbye, she activated the amulet one last time. The vortex swallowed her, and she awoke in the ziggurat, the amulet now just a stone in her hand. Back in her village, Leora told her story, but none believed her. Yet, as she looked at the stars, she knew her journey had changed her, and perhaps, in some unseen way, the world. The amulet's faint glow lingered in her memory, a reminder that time, like her, was both fragile and eternal. Years later, in 2025, Aisha found a Mesopotamian tablet in a museum, etched with a girl's face and a strange symbol. She smiled, knowing Leora's story lived on, a whisper across time.